It was just one thing after the other. I think I need to adjust my chair. Whoa, what are these white things flying about? Spirit, are you here? Today, I'm really happy to be creating a video for you today. I just felt like before I was able to film pick a card readings or astrology videos for you, I needed to talk to you a little bit in kind of like a confessional style video about what happened in February. Why did I disappear for a period of time? Why did I close my personal readings? Why was I sending out these kind of alarm messages? I do want to say before I start that your support and your love meant so much to me during this period. It helped me continue on this path where there were moments that I just felt like, what's the point? I don't want to even get out of bed. This is too hard. I don't think I can do it. Yes, I had those thoughts. I had some really dark, negative thoughts because I was being challenged on so many different levels at the same time that I wasn't even able to rest. I would wake up in February, most of my nights, sweaty and troubled by my dreams, by my visions, and angry and full of fear. And I do know why these things have happened. They are related to a lot of the astrological transits that have happened for me. And I am having a trifecta of astrological transits all activating very important personal planets in my chart at the same time. But I think that my soul wanted me to experience this at this moment in my life after 2020, post-COVID era, because I'm meant to somehow level up. So I'm not sure how I'm going to organize this video. I'm a Pisces Sun, guys, so I kind of tend to flow with my associations. I'm really sorry, Virgos. Okay, sorry about that. I love you, but you know, I'm gonna leave the organization to you guys. I'm just gonna let you know what has happened. So everything started with my surgery. I had to undergo some extensive mouth surgery in January, and I thought that, you know, I'm going to need a couple of weeks to recuperate. And the period of recuperation was not at all what I imagined it would be. It was not at all still and nurturing. It was incredibly challenging and fraught with conflicts and painful. It was painful. It was a very painful period. Because during this period, I had some conflicts with my neighbors who were party people. They recently moved into the flat next to me and they started playing loud music. I don't even know if I can call it music because in Romania we have something called manele. And if you guys know my Romanian crew members, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's not music. It's just like a repetitive knocking on the head that goes taka 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 taka, and then there's the voice of a man, usually a man, wailing in the background like somebody is stabbing him to death. So you would hear that for about 4 or 5 hours each night, and it got to the point where it woke me up at 7 in the morning. And I tried to take proactive measures and tell my neighbors to lower the music. But then that didn't work out because I created an opponent, a challenger. So I went to this place within myself where I realized, why is this happening? And the reason why this was happening was because I was delaying. I was delaying on my deep desire. My desire that I've been feeling since August last year when the Lion's Gate opened. I kind of noticed that I leveled up somehow. My awareness improved. I think it was because of doing so many readings for the collective during the lockdown period, of following my daily spiritual practice, of doing yoga almost every day in 2020. I awakened something with me. I don't know if it was Kundalini energy. It was just something that I awakened and it wanted to be expressed, and I kept repressing it. And when the Mercury retrograde hit with all of those 5 planets in Aqua, you know, Aquarians are a lot about this energy, and Uranus is this energy of boom, we find out the truth. Whoa, it changes our perspective, and then you cannot go back to what you were thinking in the past, and you cannot keep doing something that doesn't fit with your new level of awareness. So I was kind of doing that. I was trying to hold grounds and stay rooted in a place that I naturally outgrew. But I didn't want to have this ego of saying, oh, I'm better than the people around here. You know, I leveled up spiritually, so I need to change the neighborhood. No, I was just, I'm trying to stay modest in my life. You know, I'm trying to be part of the collective, to be part of like everyone else. And the energy just wouldn't let me do that. So it was kind of like a kick in the butt. It was a massive kick in the butt. Like, you leveled up. What are you doing here? Move now. You know, Uranus was hollering at me. And I also have my Saturn conjunct Jupiter in my 4th house, where I have my Venus in Aqua. So it was just like Saturn was saying, you know, you cannot continue with this. What's wrong with you? You need to live up to your worth, your current worth. And Jupiter was kind of saying, hey, look, we have all these new places. You can live for the same amount of money that you're paying in your neighborhood in the city center. Take it, take the opportunities. So I went with the flow. I went with the move. I decided to move home. I had a pretty tough Valentine's Day where I had an argument with my landlady. I could have avoided that argument in hindsight when I think about it, if I was just honest with my desire. If I would have woken up a couple of months before to the realization that, hey, I don't want to live here anymore. I want to look for something different. But I didn't. I lied to myself and I told myself, no, I'm okay here. I want to root here. Why should I change? I don't like change. My Mars is in Taurus and it likes stability. It likes sensuality. It likes to stay put. It doesn't want to move. But this energy was squaring my Mars in Taurus. My Mars in Taurus is also being held in the tight grip of Uranus. And it was all about shift, move. You need to break the framework, break the energy, break the paradigm. Not only that, but I have naturally in my birth chart, Venus in Aqua is squaring my Mars in Taurus. And they are both opposing. So this energy that is already full of tension, it is usually, if you guys know about it, the domestic violence aspect. It's very, very difficult in personal relationships. And it's an energy that I've been trying to heal and come to terms with for a very long time. But all of this energy was kind of like zinging and pinging back on my very strong, concentrated Pluto in the 1st house, 9 degrees, retrograde, and Scorpio. So it was kind of like transform now, transform or perish. Your deep desire cannot be denied. So I felt on some level that the universe was kind of doing everything in my favor. It was like, you acknowledge that you want to move. You acknowledge that you leveled up. You acknowledge that you want to be part of a better, more select, more, I'm gonna say it sounds awful, but more refined group of people. But at the same time, you're not doing anything. So the universe just kicked me in the butt. So here I am. I changed home. I changed the energy. I left a lot of things behind. I had to undergo a lot of physical pain as well in this process with my mouth and my back. I think these were some remnants from the Capricorn energy from 2020. I kept putting things off or things got delayed, and I missed a couple of medical appointments, and they just all concentrated in February. It was like, you have to wrap up all these loose ends. We have to push you into this direction. You need to be in that neighborhood. You need to change the energy. And now I'm here and I'm still healing from what it is that happened in February. At the same time, a lot of really good things happened. I began the process of certifying myself. So I'm learning a lot about how to become a certified astrologer, certified tarot reader. I also kind of, I'm really happy to announce that now I am a legal business in my home country. Yay! So yeah, I'm doing everything by the book, and I'm trying to root this new level of awareness, this new thing that I'm doing, becoming self-employed, properly with the right documents. And this happened much quicker than I imagined. I was on the phone with my legal and tax advisors one day, and then in about 2 weeks' time, all the paperwork was done and I got my certificate. And I was in the middle of still finishing my medical recovery and arguing with my landlady and trying to find new flats. And I started this photography course because it's part of my certification. And I do want to create better pictures and images for you guys. So it was like everything all at once. The good part is that I had to rely on the help of my parents in this period. And if you guys know from my previous videos a little bit about my background, I'm really struggling with my parents and my relatives. I don't have the best or closest relations with them. But in this period, all of the tensions kind of made me realize that you can ask for help. You don't have to do it all alone. And it was stupid, and it was an act of self-hatred to not ask for help. So I chose self-love and I asked my parents for help, and they were there. And throughout the whole month of February, they were like my anchor. And there was a lot of family healing that happened, because that's the other side of such a strong planetary transit in the 4th house. The 4th house is the house of femininity, the moon, emotions, ruled by Cancer. It's about privacy. It's about home. It's about what nurtures us, our cultural roots. All of these aspects were brought to the forefront. And I also have a very interesting aspect in my chart where I have a lot of correspondences from my 4th house Aqua to my 8th house in Gemini, where I have Chiron in Gemini. And if you guys are born around 1986, 1987, you have that too in your chart. Maybe not the Venus in Aqua, but the Chiron in Gemini generation. So taxes, right? 8th house. Taxes, trust, intimacy, the occult. So I was trying to legitimize my occult business through the help and support of my family members and other people's resources, while I was moving home, the 4th house, and really struggling with spirit. Saturn conjunct Venus in the 4th, really struggling with spirit. I had some moments where I was just like punching the sky, you know, like I had those moments. I just felt like, why are you doing this? Why are you punishing me? Why are you giving me so much pain? Why conflict? Well, the key to this aspect was always there, and it is my North Node in Aries conjunct Jupiter in Aries. Aries is about being selfish, acknowledging your needs, you know, saying very bluntly, no, I'm not going to do what you tell me. I'm going to do what I feel like it. I'm going to do what my intuition is telling me. For a very long period of time, I tried to subliminate this energy, if that is the word that I'm using here, maybe subdue this energy into being creative. So trying not to bring conflicts in my life, but trying to be creative and to work in the service of others, because I have it in my 6th house. But now it was like, we're not going to allow you to move through this without unleashing that fire within, because my Pluto is challenged, and Pluto is like all or nothing. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to transform or die. You know, so it reached that level where I was either going to move or do something about my situation, or I was going to be consumed by negative thoughts. And I chose the latter. Thank God I chose self-love. I allowed myself to be pushed by spirit in the right direction, and I arrived where I needed to be. This video is way longer than I imagined it would be. Oh God. Cheers, guys. So I don't know what to... I want to give you a wise conclusion, but maybe it helps just to put this video out there in this kind of like weird shape, because I just want you to know that if you're a woman and if you're struggling with this, with a lot of aspects at the same time, I don't know why I think it's significant to say if you're a woman, but maybe it's because Venus is challenged. I do think that, you know, don't give up. The situation is going to work out. In moments where you feel like you have nobody to help you, people do help you. And if you're being challenged by a lot of different astrological transits at the same time, you can survive it, you can go through it. I mean, if I did it, so can you. And I continue to think that I'm not better than anyone else. Sure, I might be, you know, more interested in certain subjects. I might amass information quicker than other people, because that's just how my brain works. My Libra ascendant is always curious and always wants to educate itself. But I'm part of a collective and I'm part of a group of people. And I wouldn't have made this change if Spirit wouldn't have kicked me in the butt. But I did level up spiritually. I feel it. This is a truth that I cannot deny. I feel it within my bones. And I had to be in this space. And I'm really grateful now that the storm subsided. The tornado placed me exactly where I need to be. Very far away from Kansas. If you guys know the reference. Yeah. And I feel like this is it. I'm in my meadow. The storm subsided. What am I going to create? And the thing that I want to create is this channel, Spiritual Social, transforming it stronger into a business, becoming more certified, becoming more helpful, growing into the wise woman with long white hair and all sorts of like spiritual symbols around her. That I always wanted to be, a woman that, as I see myself down the line, has a lot of laughter wrinkles, a woman that is wise and constantly in tune with spirit and constantly rolls with the punches of life. I don't want to give up. I'm not going to give up. I am weird. I am ultra sensitive. But at the same time, I see that the way that I am is helping you guys in some way. And that really touches my heart. And it makes me want to show up every day for you guys and want to keep loving and keeping optimistic. And it's not just about that, because I don't only live for the collective, I live for myself as well, selfishly. This is giving me a lot of pleasure. I haven't realized how rising up to challenges is really kind of turning me on, to be honest. So woo. Yeah, a bit too much information there, guys, but I am super determined to continue. I am super excited about what's coming up, and there are challenges every day, but you know what? Throw me a challenge here, throw me a challenge there, throw me a bunch of dirty laundry at the same time, and I'll just wrap them up and neatly stack them and put them cleanly on your shelf. So I hope this video helped. I don't know what this wardrobe is, guys. I was just feeling a little bit nostalgic about office wear. I used to teach, if you guys know, pre-COVID era, I used to be a teacher, and I was really unhappy. But at the same time, I felt like, you know, I need to go to bed. So it's kind of like bedwear, lingerie meets office wear. I don't know. I'm weird. Venus and Aqua here. So maybe it helps, maybe it inspires you, maybe you think it's stupid. You're entitled to your own opinion. I love you anyway. And I'm really happy that you're here, and I'm really happy that you're sending me so much good energy and helping this channel grow. I promise you the next video is going to be a pick a card reading or an astrology video. It's not going to be just about me chatting at you, okay? Feel free to write down in the comments below. Have you had any of these transits? How was February for you? What are you looking forward to? Enjoy your Vino, International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day. You deserve to rest and to love and be loved, and you're worthy. And I don't know what else I'm saying, so I'm just going to cut this video short. Bye, guys.